Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Glad you're all here. I'm Wade. He's Carter, the commander in the corner. We're all glad you're here this morning. Welcome to the greatest country in the world, the United States, and the greatest state in that country,
No doubt about it.
Texas. Glad you're all here, whether you're joining us on Magic, Facebooks, YouTubes, on the No Bull Radio Network. We're everywhere you need to be.
It wasn't playing. It's Cody over there playing like a little monkey over there. It's like picking nits off of himself and eating them. 72 degrees in Victoria, Texas, under mostly sunny skies. Heading to a high today of 83.
There's a visual sticking with me all day today.
You've seen that National Geographic?
He pulls a snack out of his beard.
Yeah, yeah. You know there's a Cheeto in there somewhere. Can you imagine Cody driving down the highway? He runs the roads a lot because he's got a lot of business all over this region. And can you just see him driving down the road and just going like, I wonder what's in here. I can. Oh, that's a piece
If he sticks it in the bottom of his beard, he doesn't have to reach over into the bag in the seat next to him.
that's
It's
a
a
piece
lot
of
safer.
that pressed ham from the chopping block. You should
There's
get
some-
that at Dick's.
There's
It's
some
even better.
There's
now.
some prem.
Ram, click, treat. You got your.
You got the Wade and Carter weather?
I did.
Brought to you by the great folks at
72
AT
days.
Dearman.
Did you tell me earlier? Do you have a favorite go-to? Speaking of Prem, which by you said is by far the best of the
Honestly, don't
Click,
really know any
treats,
different
fam.
because that's all we could afford
Right.
growing up. When I was a poor black child in Tupelo, Mississippi.
yeah fancy. What's your name? Do you have a go-to
The jerk reference, in case anybody doesn't know.
goulash or something? No. If you're offended, change the channel.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to like Thanksgiving leftover dish?
Yeah, turkey pot pie.
Sounds good. You get your
It sounds normal.
Yeah, you get your carrots and your peas. Now, how do you make? You have to use. See, here's where Dawn says. You have to have a thickening agent. Cornstarch, I guess, is what you
Yeah,
use.
I like it better, but flour works too.
Oh, see, I think Dawn just goes, no, we'll just have the turkey dry.
Well, I mean, it's not like, I mean, if you're, that is least of concern for anybody with issues. You got the flaky pie crust. Turkey tetrazzini, I make a pretty good one of those. That's pretty good.
You
Turkey,
notice
turkey a la
how-
king.
We get accused of like body shaming people on our program, partly because the best humor is self-deprecating humor. You can
Absolutely.
make fun of yourself. If you can make fun of yourself, I think I just saw Connor Land checking
Yep.
in. That's great. Good
Got
morning,
Tom
Connor.
Greg Garcia, Marvin Mickish on the podium this morning.
But when you can make fun of yourself, then nobody can make fun of you, right? If somebody at school is bullying your kid, oh look, you redheaded, four eyes. Go, that's right. That's
Own it.
exactly who I am. Own it.
When you own it,
They can't.
the power's gone.
You depower them. But have you noticed? Has anybody else noticed how that when Ozempic, when the GL1
GLP-1, I think.
whatever, when it went Main Street, when it's like, hey, call today, you don't even have to take a shot anymore. We'll get it for you in a pill. Did you notice how immediately the plus size model went back to the closet? Victoria's Secret now. The other day I saw a Victoria's Secret ad and I was like, are you kidding me? Where were you last Christmas? Last Christmas it was like a jelly roll and, come on, jelly roll and a thong. And now, wow.
They realized going woke means going broke.
Kelly Fromme, the ashtray, this paddle game, the remote control, and a lamp. That's all I need. Yep.
Andrew Alvarez says, my saying is, if I can't make fun of myself, I'm not allowed to make fun of anyone else. I'm an equal opportunity S-talker. I've always
Amen.
lived by the creed, if you can't make fun of somebody else, who can you make fun of?
That's, no, but you have to, the best humor is the guy that makes fun of himself is
Oh, absolutely.
hilarious. And by the way, I think my favorite We listened to a little Chris Rock this morning. I like Chris Rock because he's always got a social message. He's, he says if your kid calls your mama and calls you Pam and you're out at the club getting your groove on, you're not saving college money, you're saving bail money. That hits hard in the community, and he's right. But I think my favorite guy to listen to back in the day was Don Rickles. And he would go down the dais at those Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, and he would go, "There's Milton Berle. Look at him. Doesn't know where he's at. Milton, it's over. Go home. You're done. Your career is over." And they just all laughed.
Yeah, George Carlin was one of my favorites. A lot of my friends didn't like him in high school because they weren't politically astute or in tune. Right. But then you get to college and everybody thinks, "Oh, George Carlin's hilarious." Yeah, I've been watching for 10 years. Thanks. Right. Thanks for coming.
Hello, Carter Castaneda. Hope you're doing well, brother. Steven.
Tammy Williams checking in. Melissa Hanson, good morning.
Good morning.
Jeff Finley, Funky Trey Molina. Tammy Killing, we're going to get to something going on in Corpus Christi again. Scott Snow.
Yeah, Trey.
Norm Burgess, John Paul Hall checking in.
Hi, Norm.
There's Stephanie Conti, Daniel Wade White, Monty Howard, Micah Patton, Randy Langston, Lorena Bargenbrook. Good to see you.
Hey, Lorena. Did you get any, Funky, did you get any updates in Corpus? We're live on KTMV and Corpus Television. Makeup. Make me not look so pale. Did anybody get an update on the desal conversation?
Here's how you know the city council is trying to push this through with as little opposition as they can. They meet at 11:30 on Tuesday. This is number 18 on the agenda of their city council meeting. How is this not the first topic on that agenda? This is the biggest issue facing Corpus Christi. They're running out of water. They've got a group that wants to build this plant, and they don't want to spend the money to take the pipeline to dump the brine out into the bay or out into the Gulf where it won't do anything. They're trying to dump it as close to the plant as possible. And the last time they tried this, the fishermen, the guides, the hunters, everybody who makes a living off the inner bays rose up and their voice was heard.
And it should be.
And it should be.
The people that are doing the desal plant aren't doing it as a not-for-profit. They're doing it because they know they can charge the city of Corpus Christi tons of money for the water. The city and the state should demand that the brine discharge not disrupt the ecosystem that is the bay. You don't have to go any further than, it's a shame that you go right down here to Port Lavaca and you can catch all kinds of redfish. And by the way, if you're listening to us on 105.9 in Calhoun County, welcome. But there's places over there by where Alcoa used to be that, you might catch a 5-eyed redfish. It's not the dots on the fish, it's the eyeballs on the fish. And you can't eat the fish out of their bay. That's not right. I mean, especially when all it takes, Ash, is a bigger pipeline out to the Gulf. That's all it takes. Now, does it cost more? Yes. And will Corpus pay more for the water? Yes. But at the end of the day, if there's no water sports and there's no reason to be in Corpus, you don't even need all the water. So True. They got to do something. They have to force the people that are going to make the money off the desal plant to do the right thing. It just seems so simple, but I know it's grossly expensive.
I'm sure it is. But so is losing, as you mentioned, all of the revenue that comes in from the guides and those that stay in the Airbnbs and the VRBOs and the hotels because they're down there fishing on the weekend. the gas that's bought, the food in the restaurants. I mean, well, trickle down economics doesn't work, but you'll feel the pinch of this in Corpus Christi if you destroy Baffin and all the other bays because you're going to go for the short-term buck.
There was
and it
a
is
time,
Corpus Christi. You got to wonder who's making the money on this one.
Baffin Bay was really, really a special fishery. And if you have the right guide, if you have Chad Pederick and you know what you're doing, there's still some monster trout to be caught down there. The last true wild spot on the Texas coast is on the other end of the land cut down at Port Mansfield. That area still, I think it's owned kind of like by the Corps of Engineers, and you have ground leases where nobody really owns anything down there. It's an interesting spot. But that area is not commercially or overfished by
Yet.
Oh, it's just, I've joked that at Baffin, it's just a matter of time before there'll be like a floating speedy stop down there. Like, no kidding. It's really becoming.
I mean, there's the other thing. If that area around Corpus becomes unfishable because the water's is way too briny, you're gonna kill off the fish and the other species that
or they'll
thrive
just
on
leave,
that.
right? They'll leave.
I don't know that they can pick up. They're not like 40% of white women in this country that just want to leave.
I wish they would.
But think of what that does to Rockport, Port O'Connor, Port Mansfield, all the places in proximity. It will make them almost unfishable because there'll be too many people.
There you go.
in those
Torrin Bale
areas.
sums it up perfectly. If they can run a pipeline from Lake Texana to Corpus, they can responsibly dispose of the brine. That's absolutely right. And the thing is, they're talking about 30, 40 million gallons a day. It's not like it's just like flushing a toilet. It's like flushing Houston's toilets.
40,000 toilets.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of toilets.
That's a lot of toilets, roughly. There you have it.
So
Ron Koshin says Dollar General coming to Baffin.
floating.
Probably.
But
is.
we'll keep an eye on that. It's just amazing that they bury it in the agenda because they don't want people talking about it. And I've heard that it took a long time to get to that number on the agenda. People were there to speak to it and couldn't stay, which again is by design. It's what they want. Then they can't be accused of silencing opposition, but it's in effect what they're doing. When people are there for an 11:30 meeting, they take their lunch hour and they think they're going to be able to get to speak on the topic, and then they have to leave because lunch hour is over.
Speaking of lunch hour, real quick,
Yeah. Today's the day. Get them in.
who's this? In my formerly nicotine-stained fingers. Never smoked, but I loved Rush Limbaugh. Today is the order deadline. Reach out to Paravita Wellness in the Vita Cafe. The family meal, 2 pounds each, turkey, dressing, raised green beans, sweet potato mash, turkey gravy, and cranberry sauce.
If you don't like your green beans completely mushy
Oh, yeah.
and that you can gum them with your dentures out, then these are the best green beans you'll
Right?
ever have.
$160. It's going to feed 6, probably 4 to 6, maybe more, half a pound. Well, no, you can eat half a pound of turkey and half a pound of, yeah, you're right. Paravita, call them today. All natural ingredients, no gluten, no dairy.
And if you need extra, she's got it by the pound as well,
Yeah.
a la carte. So if you want more dressing, you can do that as well. If that's not going to be enough dressing for you, you need more turkey. She can get you more smoked turkey. And it's turkey breast. It's not the whole turkey. It's really good stuff. So,
Randy Lane says average flush 4 gallons. No, I'd say the average flush nowadays. You know, you got I like in Mexico, you got the 1 button and the 2 button.
those toilets are useless.
Yeah, they are. But I would say the average flush is probably 3 liters. You know, it's not.
I think it is 3.8.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I
3
think so.
gallons to flush a toilet.
They used to be 6, I think, at one point.
6 gallons.
Commander's sitting over. I think he's fact checking it right now.
He is fact checking it.
Good.
He looks amazing.
Funky Trey says he's at the doctor's office and he's going to fill us in on what we know. Give us a call tomorrow, Funky, and we'll
Yeah, we'll talk about that on
because,
Friday.
Yeah, we've got Jennifer Kent from VC is going to be stopping by, so we're going to talk with
We'd
her.
love to talk about what's going on in Corpus Christi. Take a quick break. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Folks, if you're anywhere within our voice, you can come in, have a great lunch at Palace Bingo, play. It's like playing Keno in Vegas. Sit down, play for a while. You can leave when you want. They don't care. You're supporting 7 charities, many of which reach all the way out into our entire listening audience. JP Hull says he likes the foot pedal flush in Mexico. Yeah, they've got one at the airport. It
He's
looks like-
flexible enough to get his foot up on the flusher.
No, no. There's a pedal at the base of the toilet. It's made out of steel, and it looks like the clutch in a 427 Corvette.
Right. So, for denotions of toilet flushage before 1950, if your toilet's 75 years old, 7 gallons or more.
That's just way too much water.
1950 to 1980, around 5 gallons. 1980 to 1994, 4 gallons was average. And then today, the modern requirement is 1.6
There you
gallons
go.
or less.
Yeah, and then people have to flush 3 times to get their toilet clear.
Sounds like Ash has some colonic issues. If it's yellow, let it mellow. USA Concrete Coatings, let Charlie Garcia just dial 578
If it's
home.
brown, it must go down.
That's right. Let Charlie Garcia come out and help you with your
I'm so
flooring,
sorry, folks.
with your
Just
concrete.
give half the poem.
He can, you can if half of it's inappropriate. But I like where your heart's at. USA Concrete Coatings to level it, put a coat on it.
Seal it,
They can take care of it.
stain it.
Sand it, seal it, stain it, paint it. Veracruz Restaurant today is great to get in there. Junior Silva says, got to pee, find a tree. Veracruz Restaurant, best Mexican food in town, period. Get in there. They need you. Make no mistake. All of our local restaurants have had a difficult time coming back since COVID. And by the way, it was a great experiment. It worked well for the government. Showed how compliant the average person is. Micah Patton says, did this show just go in the toilet? No, it's been there for years.
10 years.
Toilet humor is so easy.
It is.
So basic and simple. I mean,
And anybody who really gets grossed out by it's just fake.
right. Yeah. It's a real cause of fake outrage. And then Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Let Allen's be your go-to tow-to. Had a guy the other day said, I got to get a truck, F-250. I've got to get it to Goliad. And I don't really want to spare a guy to go over there. Allen's put it on a flatbed, took it over there.
Yep.
Easy deal.
Really easy.
Tammy Keeling reaching out to Cody, always reaching to the lowest common denominator. It's not your fault, Cody.
Thank you, Tammy.
Wow, that's the kiss of death. If we ever get applauded from the extreme left, we know that we have really dropped the ball.
Recent Gallup poll has found that 40% of young American women, these are ages 15 to 44, want to leave this country permanently.
And how quickly can we help them pack? I mean, really?
How are the 15-year-olds going to get out of this country on their own? And I mean, I think Gallup was trying to find the numbers to help them make a point here. I don't know.
Right?
They
mean,
could
that's-
ride their bicycle.
Yeah. I mean, that's typically not even a demo.
So I'm going to go with Kelly Fromme. I'm going to go down this road here. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else have trouble discerning the solid button from the liquid button? That means the pee from the poo. Is it because I'm generally not wearing my cheaters when I'm in a public restroom? I'm going to go a step further. I would be curious.
Big button, little button. Don't they?
I'm just going to go. No, I'm just going to throw this out there. I can't remember the last time, that I, in a public restroom. I plan my day. But,
You're just saying don't come to the studio after the show.
no.
If you did, do you hover?
Right? I don't want to sit.
Your
in a public
quads get
restroom.
a workout. It's like the wall sit.
Right. Listener says, I'd say it's easy middle school humor, but it's an insult to 12
12-year-olds love it.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that when you're dealing with the masses, whether you're trying to pass a school bond or trying to get away with overtaxing people when you know better, when you're doing those things, you realize that the average listener is about a 12-year-old. That's what you're counting on, right? When you're trying to take advantage of the public, you're counting on them.
Well, that's
not
why
actually
certain things
getting
are
it.
always run during election cycles when there's not a
Absolutely.
lot
Put
of
it on
voters.
the ballot
and
in
and
May.
they can
Nobody will be there.
They can stir up their supporters and
Absolutely.
get them out there.
Sean Clark says, I'm Metro. Good morning. From
So in
Texas Liquor.
2014, the Gallup poll showed only 10% of women wanted to leave this country. They want to go to Canada, New Zealand, Italy, and Japan.
That was like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Why would a woman in America want to go to Japan?
Canada's becoming too expensive for most people to afford to live in.
Free health care.
Japan is expensive. New Zealand, buy a Coke in New Zealand, $7-8. Italy, expensive. Anybody who's traveled there. Any places you want to live, it's expensive. I have not, but I've just spoke with somebody
when
who
you
was
go to
there and
Europe-
said the pizza sucks.
As Slater said this morning, Europe is broke. If you go to Europe, you're going, it's like go to the worst parts of Mississippi, and that is what going to Europe is like. Unless you're an elitist, unless you have tons of money. Adam Dodger says, thank you for everyone that was able to make it out to the Turning Point USA event. It was a good success. Good things are coming soon.
I think they had enough people sign up to form a chapter here.
And I think that's nice. And what I liked was there were people there from
Both sides.
BSM.
Good people on both
No.
sides.
No, over in front of the Commons building, there. I found it interesting. Saw Richard Diassi there, and there were. He said, "I'm just here to encourage people to register to vote." I said, "That's awesome. That's a great thing you're doing. That's good for him. He's a Democrat." And I said, "It's a great thing that you're doing." He said, "Yeah, they wanted it to be nonpartisan, so they have I'm here, and then there's also a Republican here." I said, "So you're in your mind, if you go to bipartisan, that's the same as nonpartisan because it's like equal?"
Yeah.
I said, "Why don't they just have some little old lady sitting out there who doesn't care about politics, just helping people sign up to vote?"
I don't know how the party politics plays into a vote signing unless you're actually sitting there once you sign them up telling them who to vote for. I mean, if you're just trying to get people to register to vote, shouldn't be an issue. Right?
No, I would agree with
Shouldn't be an issue.
that. That makes perfect sense. Should we get our guest in here in a
We
minute?
should, I think.
Cody can help. Cody will help. Not that this lady needs to be like ushered in. She
No.
knows, she's been here. She knows what she's doing.
I'm sure she's a little bit concerned about the topics that she heard when she was walking in.
Well, we're not gonna ask her about that type of stuff. Let's
No,
give her.
we
We'll,
won't.
we'll put our screen back and we'll give her a free pathway to come through, folks. The chopping block this week. It is Wacky Wing Wednesday.
No,
If
it's
you'll-
not. It's Thursday.
It's the post Wacky Wing Wednesday Thursday. It is Thursday, and Cody's no telling he's poisoning our guest's mind. That bothers me. You may want to put up microphone 3 over
I'm
here.
just trying to get to the chopping block.
Are you
stuff for
busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
$12 New York strips, $1.49 a pound whole fryers, and at 2:00 today, the barbacoa boudin will be back in the case, and it won't be there long.
No, it won't. It's funny how if you're making something that sells out the day that you make it, you may want to start making more of it. I don't know. I'm kind of a supply and demand person. But there you have it. White trash services and white trash site services for all your, whether you need trash hauled off on the weekly, monthly, whatever, dumpster, whatever, or if you need a roll-off dumpster brought out, or if you need them to come out and tear down an old structure on a piece of property and haul it off. The key phrase is haul it. They
And
will haul it
if
for
you're
you.
in like Carnes County,
Two
give 'em a
words,
call.
phrase. Just showing off because the principal's here. We're very fortunate this morning, except that Cody hasn't turned on camera 3. What? It doesn't. I don't have a camera for.
Uh-oh.
I don't have.
No, the
That's
other one.
your camera, but okay.
I broke it.
No, you didn't.
Camera 2.
No, that's 1 is yours and 3 is there. It's not there. Maybe when y'all were jacking with all my cables before the program. Although
No, we didn't touch that one.
I'll put it on us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. Now, finally,
There we go.
what did you fix? There you go. Well, how about right there? Boom. We're joined by Dr. Jennifer Kent, who is absolutely the head Shaka Khan, Victoria College. We appreciate your
Okay.
time. How are you, ma'am?
Thank you. I just have to say, I love the new studio.
Isn't it nice?
Although, can I say when I walked in and
Please.
I saw the life-size cutout of George Strait, I was so excited because I thought that I was being joined by another guest.
Right? Did your knees get weak? Isn't
I
that
was
cool?
really
John Paul
happy.
Hall loaned that to us. It's on permanent loan. It's like a Smithsonian thing. But yeah, JP.
Love
got
George.
He went to the when George Strait played at Kyle Field. They had a huge crowd.
Oh yeah.
He went and I think truth be known, he stole that. Is what I think. Don't you think? Actually,
Borrowed it. It's on
somehow
permanent loan.
borrowed our Canadian friend over here. So I saw you yesterday. Before we get into the state of Victoria College, which I know is great, tell us your impressions and what you saw yesterday. Super Sheila spoke, and there'll be Superintendent Sheila Koyaza, and just take me through what you heard in that presentation.
Oh, I would love to. But I love that. Can that be her official nickname, Super Sheila?
Yes, it
Because she
can be.
really is.
Yes, I agree.
She is a breath of fresh air in the community, and she's exactly what VISD needs. I couldn't believe just how exciting and energized that event was yesterday, the state of the district. And, sitting there in the crowd with everyone who's enthusiastic about having a strong school district was reassuring. And I
Very
like
nice.
seeing you there too. Having students talk about their own experiences, celebrating the successes that sometimes get buried in all of the, news that's out there, that it was perfect. And she did an amazing job.
That's awesome. And one thing about Victoria College, I've been to several things there. Of course, I'm before you got here, I think, did you know Marty Stockbauer? So that's my Dawn's
Right.
mama, and
Yes.
and we were involved in several events at Victoria College, and I went to a graduation, and a young lady got up and spoke, and it's that my journey started here type thing, and it was just amazing that what she had done. It was a single mom and this and that, and went back at night and worked her way through, and already had a job lined up, and I mean, absolutely. It's the exact opposite of, let's just go have a fun college experience. She
Right.
said, there's a tool there. I need it. I'm going to benefit from it selfishly and selflessly. I'm going to pour myself into what I'm doing. Tell us
Absolutely.
how Victoria College promotes that.
Yeah, I think that's just a great illustration of exactly. I had the privilege of meeting Marty before, and she was already experiencing her battle with cancer, and I could tell right away what a special person she was at the college, and after her passing, and we were able to honor her at
Yes.
commencement, and that was an honor as well for us. When we were interviewing people for that faculty position, it was so bittersweet. And ultimately, we were able to speak with faculty members who said, I had her as my instructor, and I feel obligated to continue her legacy. And that's how we knew we had the right person.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, just a little bit about what we're doing at the college. We had 12 years of declining enrollment, and it was just a real slow and steady decline, and it matched the decline at community colleges across the nation that we saw. For us, the last 3 years, we've been able to rebound, and we've seen growth those 3 years. But really, it's about our messaging and about our students, and of course, our amazing faculty and employees who roll out the red carpet for the students. We understand who our students are. We understand that they are a little bit older than what we tend to think of a typical college student. We know they are looking for a way to provide for themselves and for their families. Truly, it's an opportunity for a good wage and to have a good job, and that's really what we're about. It's about good jobs.
It's
What
awesome.
shift did you make to turn that around?
Well, we were already, the infrastructure was already being built. So it's not some, magic wand that I had. We had the people and we had the team to do it. It was really just about empowering the voices, learning it. And remember, it was at the height of COVID when I came in. Oh my goodness. We learned what the struggles were of our students. We asked them, we talked to them, and we had focus group after focus group. And what we learned is that their challenges had always been their challenges. Over half of our students are parents. They need family-friendly events at the college. They needed ways to, right, they needed a place to come study where they could bring a 3-year-old. Guess what? We have that now. Yeah. They needed services, they needed mental health support, and they needed access to resources in the community. But ultimately, the message they heard was, you can become a productive member of this community. You can have a good job. The workforce needs you. And no matter what program you start, you can continue on. And then a lot of our messaging has been, you need to transfer and need to get a bachelor's degree and beyond.
You go back and you realize that, Jesus fed the 5,000 before he decided to preach to them. It makes sense that a community college would seek to meet people where they live instead of saying, hey, get a babysitter. You want to go to school? Get a babysitter. That's something that Texas or A&M might say to you at the big campus level. We don't have time for all these kids. Whereas here you go, how can we accommodate you and help you on your journey? I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
How's the new Student Success Center coming along? Because that's going to feed into a lot of this as well,
Yeah,
right?
it is almost finished. They won't let me move in yet. No, I don't have an office in that building, but a lot of our employees do. And we will get the keys to the building in the next couple of weeks. We'll start moving people in late December into January. By spring break, I think we'll have everything over in that space.
You guys did something novel. You raised the vast majority of the money to build what you wanted to build on your own. Hats off to you for that. We've had Mr. Proctor on the program with us, and your board is a who's who of great leaders, and we've really enjoyed the interaction with VC. I went to VC back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah, when I got so we didn't have as many advanced placement opportunities in high school as they have now, where you could test out of main college stuff. And I knew I was going to Texas in the fall, and I took history and an English class and something else at Victoria College, and it was great.
And now you've got a lot of dual credit stuff going on.
We do, yes. And that's one thing that Super Sheila was able to discuss yesterday is the expanding partnership. What we see is so many of the kids, especially in rural areas and in Victoria, they don't think they're college material. And I was that way. I was a first-generation college student. I didn't know it was for me. I thought somehow it was for everyone else but me.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
And
that's
then,
right.
so
now
if we
you're
can
college president.
if we can get students to high school students to take one class and experience success and then grow on that, they're eventually going to be able to fill the workforce needs we have.
Absolutely. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Hico, Texas.
Hico, H-I-C-O.
Hico.
And where is it?
It's in the very middle of Texas. It's in Hamilton County, a lot of a German community, and it was a great place to grow up.
Closest to where?
Stephenville.
Stephenville.
Okay.
Yes.
S-T-A-Y, Stephenville.
That's where I went to Tarleton State University right after graduation.
Just
But,
imagine if they would have had breakaway roping back then, you might have just been on the barrel circuit and just never even gotten into education. You'd be a
That's
barrel
scary.
chaser. Yeah. Buckle
A lot of
bunny.
money in
Be
that
a
breakaway
buckle
roping
bunny.
these days. Greg Garcia, listener, says he got his associates from VC and really prepared him for the next step in getting his bachelor's degree. So
That's
there
great.
you go. So many similar type of stories in this community.
We're celebrating our 100th year, you know that.
Yep.
But we also just got a really cool distinction, #1 in the state of Texas for our nursing program, our registered nursing program.
Nice.
And that is not just for community colleges, that's any university or community college, public or private.
Wow.
That's
We're
awesome.
#1. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great students and great faculty.
How many students are enrolled in that program?
Oh my goodness, don't get me lying on
Okay,
that.
I won't.
But yeah.
Well,
But it has expanded and grown in recent
yes,
years.
yes. We've been
So you see-
expanding all of those programs.
we recently joined what they call the No Bull Network, which I think is just kind of a little play on words. I like it because this is all
Putting on
bull.
our readers.
But these are all the local and regional radio channels in the counties that we're in, which are exactly the counties that you pull students from. And if you look at it like that, we have Victoria surrounded with great radio stations and great in all these counties, DeWitt and Calhoun and Goliad. And I'm encouraging you, if you're a young person or the parent of a young person, and you'll never meet a parent that goes, "Oh no, my kid's ready to go off to Notre Dame. They're ready to go." Parents are always reluctant to say, "My child's ready to go to A&M or Texas or somewhere and live in a dorm or live in an apartment and be on their own. They can't even close the refrigerator." We all have those kids, right? But the stepping stone, the halfway house to great academic success can very easily be Victoria College, where a kid can come. There is a college experience. There's a campus atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think you guys have done a great job. And now you're what, 101?
100 this year.
Okay, this
Yeah,
year, 100 years old.
100 years old. You know what we're hoping too is that as the word about Texas A&M Victoria gets out, that more and more students will be willing to stay local because they'll know that the programs that are coming also align to good jobs in the region. And so let's keep our talent local.
Do you guys, I mean, and I know this would be honestly somebody below you and Ms. Christian's level, but do you have administrative staff that coordinates with A&M Victoria to make it so that, you know, hey, whatever you take here will transfer there?
Yes, it's a seamless transfer. We have so many
Fantastic.
agreements and articulations to make sure of that, but we're also looking at how do we expand it,
And the state helped in that a few years ago when they basically streamlined
all of it.
the first freshman and sophomore courses and made that
That's right.
more seamless.
So
'Cause
how
it used
about
to be a
this?
pain. You used to have to go in and evaluate every course somebody tried to transfer in. Well, does that match up? How's the syllabus look? It was really a laborious project.
So here's one. I get to put her right on the spot.
Oh, I love it.
Is there an avenue for a young person, say they're coming right out of high school, but let's just say that they didn't just kill it on the SAT, and you've got open enrollment and they can come over and start going to school at Victoria College, but they're good students
Yes, yes.
and they make straight A's in your programs. Does that help them then transfer to A&M Victoria?
It absolutely does.
So you can earn your admission. There you go. I tell you what, go ahead, Cody.
At Victoria College, right? You don't.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a stepping stone.
No, you
No,
can
no,
get
it doesn't.
associates.
And that's what we see, especially in the workforce areas, is that so many of our students start out in a quick credential or certification program. And our job is to make sure they understand how you can build on that, whether you go all the way to an associate's degree first before transferring, or go ahead and transfer whatever their path is perfect. Get them eventually to a bachelor's degree, and then hopefully over time a master's degree.
We hear a lot about the struggles that the trucking industry is facing. How are you guys? Because I know you have a trucking program.
Yeah,
How's
we
that?
do.
How's that stepping up?
Yeah, that's fantastic too. And we just expanded our CDL truck driving program to have a Class B, and it was another need. We really do see it as it's our job to provide the trained and educated workforce that's needed in the region. And if it's not a program that we can have, then it's still our responsibility to find a way to partner with another institution, same way we did with Del Mar College, Community College in Corpus Christi, for a medical lab technician program, because our hospitals still needed them.
I want to do something. We do a lot of on-site, like we'll do like a live stream thing. I think that what I want to come out and you get up in the big rig
Okay.
and you drive and grind the gears, and I'll video us, and we'll make a promotional video because I'd like to see you drive a big truck.
First of all, I had a CDL,
Come on, girl.
and I would not grind the gears.
Go. I forgot. You were Jenny from the rodeo. I
Hello.
forgot. She's from Heiko,
Come on.
driving a grain truck.
A tractor was my
You know?
first vehicle.
Solid, rock solid. So we were at the grand opening, or the christening, I guess, which, by the way, tell the truth, that was the biggest charcuterie tray you'd ever seen at AJ Louderback's office opening.
Yeah, I just wanted to pull up a chair.
It was like 18 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. And I saw it, and I thought I was being glib, and I said, "Well, hello, Dr. K." And she goes, "Oh, call me Jennifer." Totally disarmed me. just stole
What?
me. And I said, okay, Dr. Kent. Because I just can't. I'm like, you're like beyond the principal.
Oh,
Like,
stop.
no, for real. Scary. It's scary. It's intimidating. I was told Ash this morning I'm nervous, and he goes, I didn't know she was coming in today. We felt like we had to tidy up.
I knew she was coming in. I didn't know.
Well,
what
you
time.
left out George straight. I
Yeah.
appreciate
We
that.
did that for you.
Thank you.
He's so good looking. We usually make him face the wall.
So an interesting story. I was talking to Amy. Amy Mundy's out there. She's hiding.
Amy
And,
Mundy's everywhere. You ever notice
Yes.
that? I think she's a clone.
and she's chairing our 100-year committee. And so she said, is there any special events that you'd like to see for this anniversary year? I said, yes, there is.
Awesome.
If you could get us a concert, and then there's 3 artists. I need Willie, Dolly, and George.
Oh,
And
great.
guess what? She has not made that happen.
come on, Amy.
One thing Amy will do, she
she's-
might
she ran a
spike
kid.
the punch. Can you imagine? That'd be a great, like, turn it into an impromptu fundraiser after everybody asks, did you get some punch? Good.
We do have Victoria College rum now. You know that, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
We have
surprised.
anniversary rum.
Nice.
That's
Dark or white?
crazy.
It's dark. We're the pirates. Come on.
No, that's
sense.
awesome.
It
Oh,
does make
that's,
sense.
That's a solid point.
Let me ask you a question because A&M Victoria is ramping up their aviation program. So are you guys able to do something along those lines as well, or is there something coming down to
Yeah.
support that?
Great question. So, Ash, what we're doing is we have to make sure.
Once in a while, I have
Yeah,
a good one.
he's great. We have to make sure that any programs that we're ready to stand up align to jobs that are here.
Okay.
And so, for example, I know there's a question on airport or like aircraft maintenance technician programs. So the thing that we are looking at is how many jobs are there in this region, and if it's not a sizable amount that we can meet that need, then ultimately we would be training people that would have to
leave.
move away to take
Right.
that job. So we're really careful of that. There's programs where there's student interest, but if it's not a job,
Are
Yeah,
you,
and if the
are you a
demand of the-
pilot?
and
Are
if
you
the
a
demand of
pilot
the-
too?
I would love to be. But my husband has made me promise
Not
that
too.
I will wait until our youngest has graduated from high school
Solid.
before I skydive or learn to fly a plane.
You know what's great about Victoria, though, and this is a great thing about our community, is not only do we have a huge runway that's, long, you can land almost any kind of plane out there. If you choose, you can also just land on the feeder road of our loop.
Yeah, I've heard that's a successful
The
option.
first time.
There's no reason to put the wear and tear on the runway.
No,
Just land right there by East High School. Just come in hot and just put it down.
So
No problem.
with that, looking at the area and the workforce, what sort of future programs are you looking at, or can you disclose that, or
I
is
can,
it
I
super
can.
secret information?
Well, it is, but since we're among friends,
All right.
I'm also a board member on Victoria Economic Development Corporation. And so that has been a great way for us to know the companies that are, or the types of industry that are expressing interest into relocating to our area. Amy and I had a meeting with our new Blue Energy friends.
Yeah, these guys are building batteries or looking to build a battery plant, I think, at the port, are they not?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And we met with them just this week to discuss what their anticipated workforce needs are and make sure we can start ramping up, or if there's a existing program we need to expand. But I'll tell you, it is my hope that we become the first community college in the nation to have a small nuclear reactor technician program.
That's awesome. Rena Shear says we need diesel mechanic training.
Okay.
That's awesome.
okay.
By the way, the Shears might help you kickstart a program like that. Andrew Alvarez says, I wear an eye patch and I'm an alumni. Can I help be a pirate? He does wear an eye patch.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, come on out and
Do you have a parrot? We can get you one if not.
right. See, I mean, look, they always want more. You know, he's got 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I mean, he went to school there and he's got an eye patch, and she's like, "You got your own parrot? You don't have a parrot.
Pierce
Get a
your
parrot,
ears or
Andrew."
what?
If you don't have a parrot, you ain't in.
You're not really. Yeah, right.
What's
now,
next? He needs the peg leg?
He's just taking advantage of the givens right now. Yeah, when you're committed, you'll have a parrot and lop off your right leg just below the knee.
We'll help him step up.
Right. Sir.
One step at a time.
There you go. What else is that? So do this more. She's very, very candid, folks, and she'll tell you anything you want to know. How has your family adjusted to being in Victoria? I mean, feel free, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Were there surprises? Were there what do you see Victoria need? Just give us like an overview of your community experience.
Yeah, so this is year 6 for me in Victoria, and the best way that I can describe how we feel about our hometown is saying it's our hometown. When people ask me, "Hey,
Well,
you
when
know,"
you're coming from Hico, I mean,
well, that's
the
not
bar's
wrong.
not very high. Just kidding.
You're not wrong though.
Stateville. Where y'all going tonight? We're going to Stateville. There's dates and a rodeo.
That's about the extent of it. Yeah,
Taking daddy's,
especially in the '90s. when
taking daddy's Peterbilt, bobtail. Got to come in quiet, not grinding the gears.
That's hilarious. When people ask me, "Where do you live? Where are you from?" Victoria, Texas,
Amen.
and say it proudly.
Well, we're proud to have you. It doesn't seem like it's been 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we first met. I was a young man. No, but I mean, I remember when we just met.
Back in
It
2020.
wasn't that long ago. Yeah, well, y'all are doing great things, and you got here at a great time. The the college celebrating 100 years. Amy's done great work for years,
Absolutely.
and you know, just to be 100 years, that's really something.
It is.
You
It
know,
is.
and your board. Like I said, we've had Bland Proctor on, I think more than once. He's a very serious man. He's a good guy, but he's very serious.
She's a fantastic board chair.
Yeah, absolutely, I
I'm
guarantee
absolutely
it.
spoiled.
What did we miss?
Absolutely.
Did we miss anything that you need to speak to or about?
Just wanted to say hello to everybody. And
We love that.
great holiday season coming up. We're ready for that. We'll be in the parade. So come see Victoria College in the parade. You might see an appearance by Mrs. Claus. I'm just
Nice.
letting y'all know.
You're way too young to do that. How about what I like, or a thing that I like about Victoria College is, and I've always told Ash, one thing I think that we do a pretty good job of is forcing people to expose their human side on the program. We've got some very serious guests. I mean, we even cut up with Don Huffines. I mean, you know, you have to get people to be themselves. I would feel comfortable telling my child, go find Dr. K
Yeah.
and ask her for some help. And she may say, I've got a counselor for you that can do this. I can take you myself. Here's where the building is. That community college experience is perfect for an 18, 19-year-old kid.
Yes.
No matter where they want to end up or what they think their journey is going to be. I've heard when we went to that presentation that you guys did at the graduation, which may have been your very first one. You may have been the first one you officiated. So many people said, I came here to get a quick certification, but I stayed and got this, and this, and now I'm going on to X, Y, and Z.
That's right. And that's our job, to show them how it connects. You only have 5 weeks now. That's okay. You can do this certification program. And then when you're ready and able, this is what comes next. Here's the skills you'll learn, the jobs you'll qualify for, and the salary you'll earn.
That's awesome.
That connects all the pieces, especially, you know, kids like me. You didn't grow up in a household where parents knew how to navigate college and university.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If you're a high school kid and you're looking to further your education, you can go over to VC and they will help you find someone to help give you the guidance. And the other thing is, compared to a university, you're not cost prohibitive. You help kids get the education they need.
Yeah, and I just can't say enough about the foundation, our education foundation. They're amazing, a great board there, and we are awarding almost $1 million a year just in foundation scholarships.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's definitely
And that's hats
a
off to the community because that money is
Yes.
coming from this community. I mean,
It's the community. I have the best job in the world, but the real heroes are the community members.
how many counties do you serve? Because I know you're limited geographically. How many?
7 counties, all the
counties.
way up to Gonzales.
Okay.
Wow. Well, yeah, because there is a Victoria College in Gonzales.
We have a center there, and it's a city building. It's an old armory. It's an amazing historic building.
Awesome.
My eldest daughter went through and took dual credit while she was in high school from Victoria College, and it helped her on her path. And that's something that I'm seeing with student athletes. They're coming in with a lot more college credit
Yes.
as they get into university. So I think that's a great thing because it does help lessen that cost burden on student loans and that sort of thing as well. So
Great.
great.
Well, we
Awesome.
appreciate you
Thank you
coming
for
by.
coming by.
I
Thank
can't
you.
believe that Amy Mundy missed an opportunity to be in front of a camera.
I
She's
even
out
went out
there.
and offered and gave her an opportunity.
Actually, she's out there on the sofa taking selfies that'll be posted on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Should be like Dr. Kent went with me this morning to Wade and Carter. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. No, we love her to death and have known her forever. And, you know, we end up on the circuit. We see each other at all the same events, and she's always a joy. So we appreciate you very much. I'm very, very
Thank
proud
you.
that you're in our community.
Thank you.
And now would be a good time for the board that I know is listening. Consider a pay raise.
Yeah.
They sign
yeah.
football coaches. We definitely want to keep her. We don't want her to leave and go to Penn State or somewhere.
Ricky De La Garza taught his class last night in Gonzales. So there you
Oh
go.
yeah, Ricky's amazing. too.
Ricky's an amazing.
He's has his whole road show down.
Oh, yeah.
And his heart is for education. He's very, very. We talk often, and he's very, very content.
He's done a lot of my
Victoria
CPR
College now.
certifications and recertifications over the
Ash
years. and
needs
he,
to
makes,
CPR
Give
pretty
me a
often.
refresher in CPR.
he makes it because it can be a long and boring. Not with Ricky D teaching that class.
Not
Well,
at
not
all.
anymore, right? We don't even breathe anymore. Just get down there and pump till they
Right.
show up. So yeah,
He has you singing a song while you're doing it.
Exactly.
right.
It's good stuff.
It is uncanny though when you're doing CPR how quickly you tire.
Yeah.
It's hard to train for it. So, well, we
Jennifer,
appreciate,
appreciate
you
you
coming
stopping
by,
by.
always.
Thank you so much.
And I hope don't be a stranger. Come
Okay.
back often. Y'all have lots to brag about,
We
and
do.
we love to brag about our community.
okay.
So that's
I'll
good,
be back.
and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay, you be
Thank
well.
you, ma'am.
That's Dr. Jennifer Kent. She's awesome. As you can tell, the energy level at Victoria College is infectious, and it starts at the very, very top.
Yeah, she's doing great things over there.
Absolutely. What a fantastic opportunity for a young person to be at the college level. Chesnick Furniture, Chesnick and Love, make your house a home. Get by and see Bobby Leon and his family. You're moving to Victoria to go to school and you need some furniture. Bobby can help you get bedding, all types of bedding. They'll deliver it for you.
All the accoutrement that
To
makes your
your
room
dorm.
a room, makes your house a home.
Absolutely.
Makes your dorm room a
Atzenhofer,
dorm room.
Atzenhofer.com. Atzenhofer is your Chevy dealer. Anywhere in the sound of our voice, Atzenhofer will compete for your business proudly. Tommy Taylor, go in and ask for Tommy. He's the dealership principal, and you can talk right to the man. And then Went Services and Went Electrical for all your electric needs. Went can come out and do everything from drop a plug to correct a ballast to whatever you need done. You're adding on to a structure and you want all the wiring done, or you just want a whole house backup generator. Went Services for all of that. So we have the best sponsors on the planet. There's no getting around it. They do a great job for us, and we try to do yeoman's work for them. What else you got, boss?
What else do we have? Talked desalination. Jeff Kent was here. We talked the.
You think maybe next time Dr. Kent and Amy Monday might bring us some Victoria College swag to hang up in
I'm
our
thinking just a bottle of that rum would be
well,
great.
all of that rum would be great. That'd make the show
It
more
would make the
interesting
show way more interesting.
for us at least.
Anything would help.
Right. Thanks, Cody. Thanks for your support.
Appreciate you, Cody. Thank you very much for that.
Cody's our humility officer. If we
Yes.
ever start to think we're kind of a big deal in a small town, he reminds us that we're not. Bye, ladies. Yeah, that's nice. Nice to have Cody here to keep us humble. What do you got, Big
I don't know.
man?
I'm just playing. Oh, I
You're
don't
just
like that.
playing with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
something like
Well,
that. Well, it
nothing
said
new
we
there.
had some new like Thanksgiving stuff that we could have put up, but I don't see it anywhere.
He's like a pet monkey, Cody.
Yeah, a little bit. Apparently, the Supreme or a court of appeals ruled that Texas's new voting district map was gerrymandered and violated. It was drawn too much along racial lines.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It'll be appealed again.
It is interesting to me that you have so back in the day, people used to do voting districts were kind of mapped out to make sure that certain groups were represented appropriately as opposed to being regional. They were represented. You had these really odd looking districts that go all the way up and then touch a part of, say southeast San Antonio. They would have to catch a little piece of that because you had to have a certain percentage of each demographic represented. They've now come along and shown that is you can't divide things based upon race. That's against the law as well. So I'll be curious to see how this works out.
Yeah, remember, I think it was a week ago, 10 days ago, President Trump was celebrating the fact that the turkey dinner was going to be less. And the Democrats were quick to point out that, well, that's Walmart and they've reduced the amount of items in that dinner to get the cost down 25%. Well, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation, their 40th annual survey, which was released yesterday, estimates that feeding a party of 10, this is from the AFBF, the American Farm Bureau Federation, with your classic, spread of Thanksgiving fare, will cost $55.18. So
I don't believe it, but that's okay.
$5.52 a person, but that's down from last year and well below the $64 a person or for the meal.
That's for the meal.
That's for the meal.
I don't believe you can feed people turkey dressing, green bean, and all that for $5 a person. I'm not saying that, and I'm also echoing that I don't think it's a very pertinent or important economic indicator. But I don't believe that, because, for example, have we had bird flu recently and there was a shortage of turkeys? That's not necessarily indicative
but I think that
of
drove
the
up
economy.
egg prices.
Yeah.
Turkey
Yes.
prices, by the way, down 16% from last year. That's part of the biggest reason that cost is down. But I think it is. I think it is somewhat indicative.
This data provided by the Trump administration. I mean,
Trying to see what exactly
Was
is
in
in
that?
dinner. Stuffing mix, dinner rolls, pumpkin pie crusts, cranberries, and all the miscellaneous ingredients. All that stuff. So
but
there
not
you go.
actually any pumpkin.
Fresh peas, milk, whipping cream also included in there, even though they said some of that stuff actually rose a little bit last year.
There you go.
Over the year. So there you go. I think you could do it for that.
$5 a head?
I think so.
We're not.
No,
I think I'm
but-
in for more than that.
No. Andrew Alvarez asked about Hakeem Jeffries being associated with Epstein. I'm not going to jump
Politics.
straight into that. I think there's a little bit of a past. Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of money and gave a lot of money to folks, and they were all clamoring to get to it.
And they were all
And-
Democrats.
And they were trying to get in there, and this was 2013. And Hakeem Jeffries was, what in the emails?
He was
He's
11.
the next Barack Obama. I think it was one of the terms they used. He's an up and comer. He's a rising star. But but I think what's more interesting out of all this is the silence out of the Democrats since some of these files have been made public, because from what I've seen, the names associated with Epstein that have come out, primarily Democrat.
Yeah.
It's been really, really interesting to see them just shut up, clamor up, and run and hide. Reportedly, the Clintons have been asked to testify before Congress, and they've decided,
said, "We
nope,
can't
we're not
do
going
that."
to.
They'll be compelled at some point to testify. But, I mean, at this point, honestly, Bill Clinton could say, I don't recall. He wouldn't have to claim the fifth. I don't recall.
Yeah,
I've been a lot of
he's getting
places.
old enough that, yeah, he could
I've been a
probably
lot
do
of
that.
places. I don't recall.
Yeah, there's
And I'm going to go a step further and tell you that to me, there's no reason to believe that pedophilia is more prominent in national politics than it is anywhere else. You think that's a fair statement? I mean,
probably about as
it's the
prevalent as it
same,
is in
right?
Hollywood,
Same
maybe.
as racism, same as misogyny. The percentages should roughly be the same.
You would think, yeah.
So I'm just not buying. This is when you go back to every woman must be believed. You go back 10 years, maybe a little bit more, and every man lived in fear of being blamed for some type of sexual harassment, and the idea that, basically you're guilty until you're proven innocent in that deal. And how do you prove that you're innocent? If she feels that you said something inappropriate, then it was inappropriate. And men were getting labeled and chastised and even prosecuted at exorbitant rates. And I think that's kind of where the pedophilia hysteria is right now. There's always going to be people out there. The Democrats are the one that gave us the phrase minor attracted people.
I think that's the bigger danger is they're trying to normalize
Sure.
the behavior with terms like that. That's the
100%.
bigger problem.
That's not the Republicans.
no. Epstein, Linda Chris says, was a big Democrat contributor. So was Donald Trump.
Right. Yeah.
But and I'm not
absolutely.
excusing Epstein at all. If the lines to him through young women and children and sex trading, good that he's dead because we're not wasting taxpayer money on him.
Amen. Lainey Wilson, big winner last night at the Entertainer of the Year at the it wasn't the CMAs. It was one of the country music award shows. Good for her. There was some fantastic music. A tribute to Vince Gill. Gave him the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award. Vince Gill got up and said, I'm probably one of, if not the only recipient of this award who's never smoked dope. So his sense of humor is still intact. You don't think
Absolutely.
about it. You think about Vince Gill, you figure he's probably in his 40s. He's 67 or 8 years old.
I think what's more shocking with the Epstein stuff, and I know we're running over time a little bit, but apparently Stacey Plaskett, who's a Democrat, was sitting on the Michael Cohen hearings in 2019 and was trading text messages with Jeffrey Epstein well on that panel in that hearing.
Epstein was telling her what to ask. Folks, it's the top of the hour. We're going to get out of here. Special thanks to Dr. Jennifer Kent. Thank you, Victoria College, for 100 years in our community. Come on down, folks. See what we have to offer.
Bye, folks.